It's the grandson of Right Thought. Welcome back to the School of Marvelous Light. You get your scripts, turn to the book of Romans, chapter 2. That's where we'll be starting. The book of Romans, chapter 2. And we're going to start reading at verse 11. Abba is talking about the power. That's what the Spirit has been talking about recently. And how he's offered it to the people, but they have resisted it and will not accept it. And so, in the last days, he would give one last chance of grace. Through all the rebellion, all of the hard-heartedness of the people, Abba would send his grace one last time to reveal the power that's available to man. And if man resists that last grace that he gives, then what do you think is going to happen? I don't think I have to tell you. Romans chapter 2, verse 11. For there is no respect of persons with El. Stop. So Abba shows no partiality between people. He's no respect of persons. In other words, just because you are somebody doesn't mean that Abba's going to show you more respect than somebody else. People do that, but Abba doesn't. Let's go to verse 28 of the same chapter. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly, neither is that circumcision, which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of El. So what did that just tell you? That the chosen people of the Most High are not just people outwardly, but it's actually the man of the heart, and the inward man, a man who has a circumcised heart, and a man of the spirit, and not of the letter. And what does he mean, not of the letter? Not of the Mosaic law, the letter of the law, but the spirit of the law is what he keeps. What it means. What did the circumcision of the foreskin represent? That's what he keeps. Not the act. See, not the act of doing it. He keeps the meaning of what it means. So that foreskin being cut represents the foreskin of someone's heart being cut off and their tender part of their heart being exposed. Tender-hearted. That's a circumcision of the heart. So that's what he keeps, a tender heart. He keeps his heart circumcised. You see? But men can't see that. They can only see the outward. So if they were looking for an outward sign that you were a Jew, they'd look at your foreskin to see if it's cut or not. But Abba looks on the heart. See how it goes? Chapter 3, verse 1. What advantage then has the Jew? Interesting question. Let's stop right there. So then if you are a flesh and blood Jew, like the grandson of Right Thought is, what advantage is that? Well, do you see what I'm doing right now? What am I doing? What do I always do every day? What am I doing? I'm giving you the words of the Father. Now let's see what he says the advantage of being what I am is. What advantage then hath the Jew? Or what profit is there of circumcision? Much in every way. He said it is an advantage. Chiefly, and he says, is an advantage in every way to be what I am. See? He says chiefly, most importantly, because that unto them were committed the oracles of El. Oracles means a conduit for the message of God to pass through to the people. You see? So the prophets were like me. They looked like I look. Bronze skin, woolly head, melanated. You see? Jews, Israelites. Why? Because they were chosen to be Abba's oracles to man. You see? You didn't think he chose them for a reason? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. So if you need to give people your word, you need an oracle to speak it. So he chose Israel. And he says that's the advantage that you have if you're a Jew. See, like the grandson of right thought has an advantage when he opens the Bible. See? I told you, going between the legs, throwing it from three like Steph Curry, swishing it all in your face, and you like, how he doing that? I went to theological seminary. Yeah, but you're a Gentile. So you weren't committed the oracles to speak like I speak. You may know that what I'm saying is true, but you can't speak it like I speak. See what I'm trying to say to you? Verse 3, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of El without effect? El forbid. Yeah, let El be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that you mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when you are judged. What does that mean? He says, what if some people don't believe that what you are speaking is truly power? See? Like the scripture says, they deny the power of what you say, as if you're not telling them the power. Well, see, there are some who don't believe. Does that mean that what I'm telling you is no longer effective? That's what he's saying. Because people don't think that's true, so it's not powerful. Does that change the fact that it is the key to the ignition of power? Or as the scripture calls it, the key of David, that allows you to open doors that you can pass through and no man can close that door. And it allows you to close a door that no man can open it. That is powerful if you understand what that means. And I'm going to share with you the power so that you know what it is, so that you're without excuse for not using it. Because if you use it, you'll see that it starts the key. It starts the ignition. You just got to stick the key in and turn it. In other words, you have to try it and see. And if you see that it works, then what does that mean? And what does that mean about the person that told you about the key? That they're obviously sent from God. This is called the faith of God. You have to have faith to believe it. In other words, you have to try it. I can tell you all kinds of scientific things that you can look at and see that what I'm saying is true, so you trust me. But there are other things that you have to just by faith believe that what I'm telling you is true. It's like if I tell you there's some toxic gas in that room, you can't see it. Well, you either believe me by faith or you'll just go in there. I say it's odorless. You can't smell it or see it, but it's in there, and if you walk in there, you'll die. Now, you can't have any ocular proof or any hearing proof, audio proof that it exists, nor can you smell it, any nasal proof that it's there, but it's there. So you either have to believe my word or think I'm lying. Same thing with the power. There's power in that room. Here's the key. Unlock it and go in there and see. Well, I don't believe that that's power in that room. It doesn't look like it. Okay, did it look like the children of Israel would be taken care of when they got to that Red Sea? You'll be like, no, didn't God do a miracle? Yeah. Did it look like they were going to be taken care of when they didn't have any food to eat and they were living in the wilderness? Yeah, it did look like it was nothing that they could do. Yeah, but didn't God put manna? Well, yeah, he did. So then what are you talking about? Is there anything that's too hard for my Father? Is there anything that's impossible to him? So then for him to give us the keys to the kingdom, is that impossible to him? Didn't he say that he would? All you have to do is overcome the things that don't let you turn the key in the ignition. Or with other words, you have to overcome everything that doesn't let you jump out of that plane. You have to overcome everything that doesn't let you jump off with that bungee cord. You have to overcome everything. You understand what I'm explaining to you when I say you have to overcome everything? Everything that you do that looks terrifying before you do it, in other words, you have to overcome all of the doubts and negative thoughts that you have to do it. And even if you have negative doubts and thoughts, sometimes you have to just do it and overcome. And then the only way you get the benefit of seeing the truth is to overcome. Same thing with this that we're talking about. You want to enter into the power and have it, then you have to overcome all your doubts and fears that tell you it's not power. And try it. And even if you have doubts, I'm still telling you to try it because I know it works. I'm not lying. I know the power. I've witnessed it. I've seen it too many times in my life to ever doubt it. I've done it specifically knowing I'm doing it and saw the results. Now that, come on. Come on, guys. If you do something and you do what's called a standard, then it will come to a certain end. If you follow the protocol and the standard, put this in there and do this and do that, and then it will come to that end. Well, I did this and did that and looped it around like this and flipped it through there like you told me to do, and I got the result. So then who am I to say it doesn't work? That's stupid. Your boss takes you over to your workstation. He says it's already set up for it to work for you and easily for you. Don't try to be fancy schmancy and do anything extra. Just take this part, put it here, step on that mat, press that button. When it does that to the part, it's going to pop back out. You take it out of there, and then you put it in there, and then you push that button right there, and then another one's going to come down, and then you do that over again. And if you do that, then you'll be done in no time. But this guy decides he doesn't want to do it that way because he doesn't believe that works. So he does it some kind of fancy schmancy way, and he tears the whole equipment up. Why didn't you just do what the guy said? You didn't trust that he knew what he was talking about? Why wouldn't he know? Why do you think he doesn't know if he's the one who put you there and said, this is how you do it? This is how we do it. And you didn't believe him because he was like, that ain't Montel Jordan. You feel me today? All right. So now we want to, before we go any further, we want to understand what power is the grandson talking about that everybody denying. They don't want the key. They don't. They don't want to open doors that nobody else can close. I don't know why. Now, I'm going to tell you the power. I'm going to give you an example of where I use the power. And then I'm going to tell you exactly how to use the power to prove who I come from. Okay? Matthew chapter 21. I'll give y'all a second to get there. Matthew chapter 21. Matthew chapter 21, and we'll start at verse 18. See, when you understand the power, little flock, you start using it. When you get the magic wand in your hand, or the key of David, you get the magic wand in your hand, you start using it like Harry Potter. You don't just sit around and stay that same grumbled person that was powerless, that was subject to the circumstances. Uh-oh, here comes some stuff I got to deal with. No. It's got to deal with me, and it can't. Thoughts are what's going on. You are thoughts and feelings. You're not that body. You are thoughts and feelings. Isn't that what's going on inside of your body? Thoughts and feelings? Now, what did Christ say? Where did he say the kingdom is? In the same place where the thoughts and feelings are. See why I'm talking about your thoughts and feelings, and I'm not talking about stuff outside of you as if it has any power over you? Because it doesn't. Now, doesn't that make you free from what you thought had you in bondage? Yes, it does. Now, what is this power? Matthew 21, verse 18. Now, in the morning, as he returned into the city, he hungered. And when he saw a fig tree, this is Yahushua, by the way, in the way, he came to it and found nothing thereon, but leaves only, and said unto it, let no fruit grow on thee henceforward forever. And presently the fig tree withered away. And when the disciples, branches, saw it, they marveled, saying, how soon is the fig tree withered away? Yahushua answered and said unto them, here comes the power, verily, truly, see, I say unto you, if you have faith and doubt not, you shall not only do this, which is done to the fig tree, but also, if you shall say unto this mountain, be you removed, and be you cast into the sea, it shall be done. And all things, what things? Some things, a few things, a couple things, a dozen things, or all things whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, you shall receive. That's the power, isn't it? Now, look, let's stop for a second. Don't think about whether you believe what he said or not. Just think about if what he's saying itself is true, then how would it make you feel? Just think about it. What am I asking you? If you could ask for something and it will happen, and it don't matter what it is you ask for, if that's true, that's what I'm saying. How would that make you feel to have that knowledge? Sad? Imprisoned? How could you feel imprisoned if all you have to do is ask for what you want and you'll have it? Everybody's looking for a damn genie in a lamp when you can only ask that nigga for 3 things. He said all things whatsoever. The hell with that damn genie. Get your ass back in that lamp looking like a damn jinn, looking like a demon. Get your ass back in that lamp. I'm not rubbing on you. I'm not caressing on you. I don't have no wishes for you. Get your ass back in that damn lamp. We're going to throw your ass back over there to Arabia, down in that damn cave and shit back when Aladdin found your ass. We're throwing your ass back down in there. Okay? And why? Because we don't need you. We damn a lamp when I got the key. Ask anything. Now the key is believe it. Faith, which is the believing he was describing. You don't see it, so you ask anyway. I don't need to see it. The hell that's got to do with anything. God doesn't judge outward appearance, so why would he judge my outward circumstances to determine whether he will give me what I need or not? Wow, guys, can you hear what I just said? Just because I think this is a big ass mountain doesn't mean God does. So then why would I treat my circumstance to God as if he's me dealing with it when he's all powerful? So then that's nothing but a speck he can flick with his finger. So then why don't I treat it like it is? That mountain is moved. Somebody put it there with ease, so then he can move it with ease. Don't you hear me today? That's the power. Now I'm going to tell you an example of when I use the power. I've used this example many times before, but I'm going to use it again. For those who haven't heard it. I was arrested, and they told me that I was going to be locked up in there for at least 90 days. So in other words, you're going to be in here for a minimum of 90 days before you can even think about getting out. Now watch this. How you going to tell me where I am and where I will be as if I don't have a free mind that I can choose? He who is within me is what? Okay then, so let's prove it. I said I am free. Y'all talking about something I've already overcome. See what I'm saying? I've overcome it inside myself. My thoughts and feelings, I are free. Spiritually minded is life and peace. I'm not carnally minded, so I'm not there. They're telling me I am. Why? Because that's the devil. Hear me good, Israel, and get free today. That's the devil. What's the devil? The thoughts that seek to bring me into bondage to them. You're here for 90 days. Well, then how come I wasn't? If what they said was true, how come I was out of there before 40 days was even passed? Can you tell me that? Now, see, when I got out, this is what I mean about knowing it works. I did what he said. Now I'm going to describe to you what I did. He said, ask believing in this mountain will be removed. The mountain in this case is them saying I will be here for 90 days. That's the mountain they put there. Okay, I'm free. There isn't any jail. I'm not in jail. I'm free. But sir, you're there with chains on and to be spiritually minded is life and peace. You're selling me carnal thoughts. So why would I accept them when I have a choice? It's not even anything negative or bad. It's kind of fighting I'm doing. I'm fighting you with the sword of truth. I'm free. I'm not going to take his name in vain just because you're trying to convince me to, Gentile. Carnally minded person is what that means. You're a carnally minded person. You're trying to put me into bondage because you believe it. I don't believe it. I don't have to believe it. If that's not power, Israel, didn't I get out? Okay. They also told me I had a $12,000 500 bond. They also told me I had felony charges. But I said inside myself, I am free, I am home, and my charges are dropped. You notice how I'm speaking? I am home, not I will be home when I get out of jail. No, I am home. That's the power I'm describing. That's the believing. That's the faith without seeing it because I'm sitting there with the jumpsuit on, with the chains. Remember the guy tried to remind me of that lie? But I don't believe outward appearance. You might, and that's okay if you do. But I'm a fool for Christ. I don't believe outward appearance on nothing. So I'm a free man, despite what you're telling me. And then that power could not be stopped by those officers. My charges were dropped, despite what the judge may have felt, despite what anybody may have felt. The charges were dropped, I was set free, and I was home. Despite what anybody thought they could try to do to stop it. So who was powerful, them or me? You tell me. I am. That's where the power is. Now, who sent me? How do I know that? See, because look here. The Son said, I came to reveal the Father. So the people knew the Father existed, but they didn't know him. You see? It's just like people you know in the world that exist, but you don't know them, but you know they exist. Well, the same thing with the children of Israel. They knew God existed, but they didn't know him. So Christ had to reveal him so that they could know him. Now it's the same thing with Yahusha. That's what the grandson come to do. He comes to reveal Yahusha to you. Yahusha what? The word, the power. I'm revealing to you what Yahusha told you there in Matthew 21. He just told it to you. Now I'm showing you how to do what he told you. Just like Yahusha said, y'all heard the law, but you didn't know how to do the law. So I showed you how to do it. Now the grandson gonna tell you how to do what I told you to do. See? Skeetin' dee skeetin' dee skeetin' dee skeetin' dee skeetin' dee skeetin' dee skeetin' dee. Y'all hear that? That's the end of the game there. There's nothing you can do with this enemy. With this, I'm just talking to the enemy right now. There's nothing you can do with this. Once we saw it work, then we just kept doing it. I'll give you another example. I'm walking on the side of the freeway. My feet are bleeding because the shoes I have on are too small. So I'm walking on the side of the freeway, and I also have a bag, a plastic bag wrapped around my hand with a bunch of heavy stuff in it, and it's hurting my back. So I'm walking along, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I would like to have a backpack because it sure would make it easier to carry this bag. And as I'm thinking that, I look over on the side of the freeway, on the side of the road, on I-75, there's a backpack right there. I still have it to this day. I've shown it on videos because I've told this story before. So it worked again. I have a backpack. I have what I need. As soon as I think of what I need, I assume I have it. That's how you pray for it. Soon as you are let know by your wife, your feelings, what you request, then you start to think thoughts. In other words, create an image that you're already doing it. And then your feelings go, that's it. Yeah, that's what I feel. That's see, now you're doing it. Just like I was free, even though they said whatever they said. Didn't matter what they said. Charges dropped and I'm gone. So then, like I told you, there's no discrepancy with whether the power works or not. It works. It works. So now, why not plug in? Doubt. Let's see something real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let's jump ahead to Romans chapter 11. Romans chapter 11. Let's start at verse. Let's see. Verse 18. It says, "Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off that I may be graft in. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off, and thou standest by faith. Be not high-minded, but fear. For if El spared not the natural branches, take heed lest he also spare not thee." You hear that? So what is he saying there? He's saying the original people that Abba offered the power to, if you keep my commandments, you should be above all people on this earth. Is that power or not? But if you don't keep my commands, you should be under all people, at the bottom. That's powerless. So you will be powerful if you do what I say, or you will be powerless if you don't do what I say. You see that there? So then what will give you the power today? If you do what Yahushua told you to do. Love your neighbor as yourself. So you have to do that from the heart, which is in your thoughts and your feelings. You can do physical acts that look good, but if you're not doing it from your thoughts and feelings and visualizing what your neighbor desires for themselves, then you're not truly doing any labor. That's the labor you do. The same thing I did when I said, I am free. If my brother seeks to be free, then should I do the same thing for him? And visit those who are in prison? Yes. Visit them with what? The word visits them. So visit them with the word. So what do you think I told the brothers when I was in there? To do the same thing I was doing. No wonder they got me up out of there. They were like, yeah, this guy is just not going to stop. People are crying. They're hugging him. They're coming, kissing on his hands. I'm just being honest. Kissing him all on the hand and everything. Just get him out of here. He said he's free. Let him free, damn it. Shit. He won. He kicked our ass. Okay, he endured to the end. We don't have any endurance. We flee when niggas don't believe us. That's right. Resist the devil, the deceiver, see? And he'll flee. The deceiver is the thoughts that's trying to lie to you, telling you you're not free. You're going to be here in 90 days. That's the devil. I resist you. I'm free. That's how I resist, with faith. That's the shield. Kapow! It blocked right off that nigga's, whatever he's tried to say, 90 days. Kapow! That's nonsense. I'm already free. How could I be going to do 90 days if I'm free? See how you got to be a fool for Christ? The power, I'm trying to tell you. He says, well, those original branches, those people I offered this power to, they were broken off the tree because they didn't believe it. See? So they didn't keep the saying because they didn't have belief. That's why. That's always why. Why did the children of Israel fall in the wilderness? Because they felt powerless, didn't they? They didn't feel powerful, even though Abba showed them over and over and over his power. So this time he says, not by power, nor by might, but by my spirit is how I'm going to do it. Ain't that what he said? In the last days, that's what he's going to do? All right then. So now, he says, because of unbelief they were broken off, and you, the ones that now are hearing it, are only standing or only staying planted because of faith. Faith in what? The word that you heard, that I can do it if he told me I can. So then I have the power if I just have faith like he told me in Matthew 21. He started off by saying if you have faith, then you can do it. Well, right here it says you're standing by your faith. Oh my goodness gracious. So don't be high-minded thinking that you're standing because of you. You're not. You didn't do anything to earn your spot on that tree. You were chosen by Yahushua to be planted into himself. Okay? And therefore, he give you all the nourishment that you need. So then all I did when they said you're going to be there 90 days, I said, what do you want me to say? I am free. All right, I am free. That's the truth of I am, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yahushua, you're right. The truth does make me free. Watch it do it. Click, there it is. The key of David unlocks the door that they couldn't close. I'm trying to tell you, Israelites. Oh my goodness gracious. So let's do this with everything. He said ask anything. So it's no need in us being sad. All we have to do is love each other. The hell with loving on tares. Okay? They're going to be a vapor in a second here anyway, puffed up in some smoke. Okay? So there's no need in giving them any more of your attention. Go no contact with them. It's time the little flock focuses on each other and loves one another like he told us to do. That's what he told his little flock to do. Love one another as I have loved you. So if we don't do that, then who failed? Him teaching us or us having faith in what he taught us and doing it? I'm free. Now I have overcome the world. See? Grandson, you're this. I don't believe you. I'm this. Okay, well, that, these are all illusions. This, and this says you're that. I don't judge outward appearance. So I don't know why you think adding more outward appearance is going to change my judgment on the matter. I've already judged the matter in the truth of the Father's name. But nothing happened yet, grandson. Does that have anything to do with what I have already judged? Oh man, this guy, the hell with it. I'm running away. He's no fun. That's what narcissists do when you gray rock them. So then the same thing, resist the devil, see? Resist the narcissist. Resist and he'll flee away. He want to get some energy from you. If you keep saying I'm free, then he's not getting what he wants, which is your fear, your sadness, your grief, your depression. That's how niggas is in prison. It's because of those feelings. As a man thinketh, so is he. He's not a prisoner because he did nothing. He's a prisoner because he thought he was within himself. He convicted himself of something within himself. Was I convicted of something when I said I am free? A free man doesn't convict. Why? Because there is now no condemnation to those who be in right thought, which is Christ. Those who be in right thought, I'm free. So I can't be condemned with nothing that you say you're trying to condemn me with. And I'm telling y'all all this because that's an actual experience I experienced from start to finish with doing it by faith. Soon as they arrested me and put the handcuffs on me, I immediately started to assume it was an illusion. It's not real. They're doing everything that they do. I'm ignoring that. That's power. Ignores other things, doesn't it? Power ignores other people. When you realize you're the guy you're fighting, you're a fighter, you're a boxer. I'll give you an example. Like Gervonta Tank Davis. He's a short guy and he doesn't have a very long reach. So he has to get in close to do the damage that he does, which he does if he's able to tag you and get in close, but he's got to get close to you. So what he tries to do is get in close on you and test to see if you have power to keep him off of you. If he tastes your power and he sees that you have none, he will not respect you. He will walk you down and he will knock you out. So that's what I do. Why? Because I'm like Gervonta Davis. I know I have power. Like he knows he has it. I just have to get close enough to use it. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you can resist me, then I can't get close enough. But you can't resist me. Now, can I resist your power? Yes, I can. But you can't take my power. So I win every time because he who is within me is greater than he who's in the world. And who is within me? I am. Who else is in there? Woo! So y'all get this power today if you want it, because I got pockets full of gold I'm willing to give you, but I'm damn sure not going to cast it to no damn swine, and I'm not giving it to no doggy dogs neither. But I will give it to the little flock because it's meant for you. I'm here to remind. I can only remind his of what he told them. Other people didn't hear what he said. Remember he said, I never knew you. If he never knew them, then they never heard the word. They didn't hear the word, so they're not going to fly like a bird. They didn't hear the word, so they ain't going to fly like no bird. You see that? But we heard the word, so we're going to fly like birds. Simple as that. Salawam, Mr. Allah.